The Xavier Musketeers are the Crosstown Shootout champions for the sixth time in the last 8 years, and we are joined by their head coach, Travis Steele, after Xavier took down Cincinnati at Cincinnati 77-69 on Sunday afternoon. Travis, thanks for taking the time. Looking at this game, you are down 60-56 with less than 8 minutes on the clock. What did you see from your team to close this win out?
You know, John, I knew in our huddle, we've been in these positions before this year, with Toledo, with EKU, with Bradley. Our team's unflappable. And I think we have incredible leadership from Paul Scruggs, Zach Fremantle, and Jason Carter, our three captains. Our huddle was great. I mean, I felt good about where we were. Obviously, we'd love to be in the lead, but I felt like we were winning the entire time. And I always tell our guys, in the Crosstown Shootout, which is the best rivalry in all of college basketball, in my opinion, the most talented team never wins. It's the toughest team. That's the team that always wins this game, and that'll always be the case in the shootout.
You're the first team in the country to 6-0 this season. What's been the key to finding consistency?
It's been hard, John. We added some bunch of bodies going into the UC game. All of a sudden, Adam Kunkel got a waiver. Colby Jones and C.J. Wilcher, who were in quarantine, are now all of a sudden available. It's just being nimble. I think that's the biggest thing during this time frame. You can't flinch. The unexpected is going to happen a little bit, but you got to be flexible, which we are with our roster. We have a lot of versatility. We have a lot of skill. We have a lot of depth. And I think that's going to be critical in this season.
When you have a lot of things happening, like you just said, Adam Kunkel just becoming immediately eligible on Saturday. He has 2 threes on Sunday. Colby Jones pours in a couple of threes as well in the win. How important is it to be able to rely back on someone who knows what it takes in senior Paul Scruggs, who led the way for you, 20 points, 5 assists on Sunday?
He's everything. I mean, he's a Big East all-conference player. I don't know if there's a better guard in our conference, in my opinion. Paul's the best player on the floor in the shootout. He dominated the game. He willed our team, put our team on his back at times, just with his approach, man. He's scoring the ball. He's making great decisions. He rebounds. He guards. He impacts the game in every single area. And, I couldn't be more proud of Paul.
And he's not even the Big East Player of the Week. You also have that on your team in Zach Fremantle. 16-9 in this win, Coach. I know that you expected him to take a leap, but to do it on the rivalry stage and come up big, what did he show you?
Zach, I've been saying it, he's an all-conference player. I mean, he's taken a huge jump from his freshman to sophomore years. He's worked his tail off. He's a matchup problem. John, he can score in the post. He can hit threes. He can drive the ball. He rebounds the ball much better than he did last year. He impacts the game in a lot of ways, man. So we play a lot through him and just his ability to create that mismatch. That's kind of what our offense is centered around.
He's a sophomore captain, Travis. How many times have you had that in your career?
Since I've been here at Xavier, John, we've never had that. We've never had that. And I think that just shows you the level of respect his peers, his teammates have for him. They know he's all about winning. They know how hard he works, right? And they just love his competitive spirit, and they love to kind of get behind him.
So typically, this Xavier-Cincinnati rivalry would have a full house, whether it's at Fifth Third or whether it's at Cintas. And there's different circumstances, but a rivalry this big still gets celebrated in some way, shape, or form. Tell us about the post-game festivities.
I stopped off at Dana's, which is the local bar here, the Xavier bar, about a quarter mile away from campus. So I took care of all the Xavier fans there, bought a bunch of drinks. I left. I was safe, though. I had my mask on. I went in and went out, obviously with COVID-19. Then we ended up, me and my wife and my 2 little boys, we celebrated with a little Skyline chili, right? It's only fitting that you do that after you get the Crosstown Shootout win. I can tell you the Skyline was delicious.
There's nothing better. And you like it which way?
I go 3-way. I go three-way, and then I like a little coney dog as well, man. You can't go wrong with that, and a little cheese crackers. Man, honestly, it's making me hungry again, John.
Yeah, absolutely. It's making me hungry